Hey friends, I had a quick minute today, so I wanted to hop on and share about the Healy. So I've had my Healy resonance for a little over a month now, and I've had a lot of fun playing with it. And so if you haven't heard about Healy's or Time Weaver, I think that's the name of the larger device that this one is based off of. So it's a microcurrent device, so you can attach electrodes to it up to your body, and it also just does frequencies, so it can emit frequencies to your energy system. So instead of taking a Bach flower remedy or essential oil or homeopathic, you can just have this device send it to your system energetically for you. So I can just run a program and it will be as if I just took like 20 homeopathics. It's really awesome. But my favorite part of it is the assessment. So the Healy Resonance is the highest model of I think there's 4 models or 5 models. And so it's the only one that can do assessments. But so if you have a resonance, you can run them yourself. If you don't, you can sign up for a session with someone who does have one. And I love it. I love it so much. It literally is like having an energy worker in your pocket because you can run sessions on yourself to get energy work done, but also because you can get clarity and details. So I love running it. So it's good just to run to get your baseline of like, you can do assessment every week to kind of see what that week's priorities are. And it will surface different body parts or different emotional or mental perspectives, or like the strength of different energy, parts of your energy anatomy. So it'll just highlight like the weakest spots or the spots that need some help. But you can also run a scan for which Bach flower remedies would serve you right now, which homeopathics your system needs right now, which crystals or cell salts, amino acids, I Ching, like mental states. What's the other one? Anyway, so I love running those because when it lists the like Bach flower remedies, it'll list what each remedy is used for. And so as you read the description of what it's used for, you can glean like why it brought it up for you, of like what about this particular Bach flower remedy is coming up for you. And I love that. It provides so much information and like details. So I love doing it when I'm in kind of a weird state. If I'm feeling like, feeling kind of like nervous about something, or I'm just feeling really off and like tired. I feel kind of apathetic. I'm not quite sure why yet. So typically, as an energy worker, I'll tune in and I'll do muscle testing to find out why. Like, what's going on? Oh, I have like trauma energy coming to the surface from when I was 12 or whatever. Like, oh, okay, and it was from this scenario which produced these limiting beliefs. Let me address them and see what they are. Get clarity on like what is this funky energy that's coming to the surface, rising to the surface to get cleared. But it's so fun to just do it with this. I love it. So I'll even like test my intuition, because sometimes it takes time for me to like get centered, focused, ready to do an energy session on myself. So this is pretty fun. So if I'm feeling something like something's going on in my system, then I'll run an assessment, and I love it. It just like lays it all out there and like gives me details of like, I'm trying to think of an example, but that are coming to mind at the moment. I'll give an example. I'll think of some examples of like, it might bring up in the assessments, it might bring up like, oh, well, you're currently having a hard time saying no to people. You're overextending and not doing enough self-care, excess frustration or anger, or need for more receiving and allowing, life and people to serve you and support you. It'll like lay out, it can go into so many details, and I love it. And sometimes, of course, it can be a little confronting to be like, wha-bam, here it is. Like, you need to learn to say no. But super useful, and like the clarity it provides is just so fast. I love it. And then it helps me get validation or clarity on like what I'm like, oh yeah, as I read through, I'm like, yep, I was starting to feel that coming up the last couple of days, and this like goes into more detail of what's going on. and then it can help me make changes or know what to focus my effort on that day to make changes and improvements in my healing journey. So it's pretty awesome. So far, the assessment is my favorite thing. Although the frequency distance sessions and the electrode in person on your body sessions are also really cool. Yeah, they take, so far in my experience, I'm just a newbie. I've only been doing it for a month, but in my experience, different people react differently. One session can shift a lot and can also like bring clarity and bring like whatever issues were kind of going on for you, like lessons you need to learn, you can bring them to the surface faster. So like make it easier to see and learn your lesson, to know what things you need to change in your life. But then for physical things, it seems like it's cumulative. So if I do several sessions on a certain issue, I'll see an improvement over time. Some people feel a big improvement immediately, depending on what the issue is, if it's more acute or long-term. If you're just feeling a little bit tired for the day and then you run a restorative program, then like, boom, like I'm out of the 3 o'clock funk, like energized again. If it's a long-term thing of like chronic pain or something that takes a little bit more, you know, internal cleaning and shifting to change, then it can take multiple sessions. So very cool, and I'm still experimenting with that and seeing like how many sessions does it take to improve this thing or this thing or this thing. So that's still coming, but so far the assessment is really, really fun and so convenient. Just like any time of day, I can like run an assessment on myself or my family members, like my husband or my animals or my business, and get like clarity and details to get answers. Pretty cool. All right, I love it. If you guys are interested, or if you have testimonials from you've been trying it as well, I'd love to hear about it. You can share your celebrations here in the comments, or if you have any questions, let me know. Or there's lots of YouTube videos that go into detail if you want to learn more about it. You can do some research and have fun with that. All right, happy healing, guys.